Would you stop for a child left alone in the rain, even if everyone else walked past? The morning rain had ended, but puddles still shimmered on the cracked sidewalks of Baltimore. The sun fought its way through heavy clouds, glinting off car roofs and broken street lamps. People rushed past, coats tight, umbrellas dripping, but not one person noticed the little girl. No one, except Mr. Jonathan Reed. He was returning from the corner store, his beige coat zipped high, a paper bag tucked under his arm. He almost tripped when he saw her, a small black girl, maybe 6 years old, curled beside a leaning lamppost. Her pale blue and white dress was soaked and clung to her thin frame. No shoes, no coat. Her knees pulled to her chest, cheek resting on the wet concrete like it was the last pillow she had in the world. Jonathan froze. People stepped around her. A few glanced. No one stopped. He did. He knelt beside her, slowly. "Sweetheart, can you hear me?" he whispered. Her eyelids lifted halfway. Brown eyes, hollow, empty, like she'd cried out every tear she had. "You okay?" She whispered one word, "Cold." That was all it took. Jonathan dropped the bag and slipped off his jacket, wrapping it gently around her small body. She didn't resist as he lifted her. Instead, she rested her head on his shoulder like she'd known him her entire life. He didn't think. He just walked. Back at his small apartment, warm and cluttered with memories of his late wife and daughter, Jonathan dried her off and offered soup. She sat silently, curled up on the couch, still wearing his jacket. He tried asking again. "What's your name?" "Ariel," she whispered. "Do you know where your parents are?" She shook her head. "Did someone hurt you?" Silence. That night she slept on the couch, blanket tucked in, jacket tight around her shoulders. The next morning, Jonathan called Child Protective Services. A woman named Michelle arrived, gentle and firm, asking questions, taking notes. Ariel's photo went into every database. No reports, no ID, no one looking. "She might be undocumented," Michelle said, "or quietly abandoned. It happens." Jonathan frowned. "What now?" "Well, foster homes are full, but if you're willing, we can fast-track you as a temporary guardian." Jonathan didn't hesitate. "I'll take care of her, as long as she needs." Days passed, then weeks. Ariel barely spoke, but she followed Jonathan like a shadow, sitting beside him at breakfast, waiting by the door when he took out the trash. Her silence wasn't empty. It was observant, like she was learning how to feel safe again. One evening, Jonathan found her by the old upright piano, his late wife's. Ariel's fingers traced the keys without pressing them. "You like that?" he asked. She nodded. "Go ahead." She hesitated, one key, then another. The notes were off, a broken scale, but something in how she moved stopped Jonathan mid-step. That night she tried again, then again the next. Slowly she began to feel the music. And then, one Sunday, while Jonathan cooked breakfast, he heard something that made him drop the spatula. Music. Real, flowing, soul-deep music. He rushed in. Ariel sat at the piano, eyes closed, shoulders swaying. She was playing Amazing Grace. "Ariel," he whispered. She stopped, looking up, nervous. I just remembered it from church once. I wanted to try." Jonathan knelt beside her. "You didn't try, sweetheart. You did. That was incredible." It was her first real smile. Hey, if you're feeling this story in your heart, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We've got more real-life miracles waiting for you. Months passed. Ariel began humming, sketching, asking questions. But most of all, she played piano. Every afternoon when the sun turned the keys to gold, Jonathan officially became her foster parent. At their small neighborhood church, Ariel started performing short hymns, then more complex songs. People stopped talking. Some cried. "She plays like someone who's lived 1,000 lives," the pastor once said. Then one day, Jonathan brought home a flyer. "Look, youth music competition, piano division. Next weekend. Ariel hesitated. I don't want to win. You don't have to. Just share your gift. What if they don't like it? They will, Jonathan said, because it's you. The auditorium was packed. Families, judges, nervous teens in glittery clothes. Ariel wore a simple sky blue dress and white shoes Jonathan had saved up for. When they called her name, she walked slowly to the stage, sat, closed her eyes, and played. Not loud, not fancy, just deep, like she was telling her entire life through the keys. Silence. Then, applause, standing ovation. Backstage, Jonathan hugged her. You were perfect. For you, she whispered. A woman approached, elegant, official. Mr. Reed, I represent a foundation for gifted youth. Your daughter. She's extraordinary. We'd like to offer a full scholarship, mentorship, national stages. Jonathan blinked. Are you serious? She's not just talented, she's rare. As they left, Ariel froze. A man stood across the parking lot, watching, pale, nervous, not clapping, just staring. Then he turned and disappeared. Do you know him? Jonathan asked. Ariel didn't answer, but her smile was gone. The story, Jonathan realized, wasn't over. Not yet. That night she asked, what if my past finds me? Then we face it together, Jonathan said. Weeks passed. Ariel's lessons continued. She became a viral sensation. A video titled The Piano Girl Who Slept on the Sidewalk reached millions. But Jonathan kept her grounded. Then one autumn afternoon, a knock came. A woman in her 40s stood at the door, holding a small envelope. Mr. Reed, my name is Dr. Elise Monroe. I believe I know Ariel. Jonathan's heart pounded. She opened the envelope. A photo of a young girl, same dress, same eyes. She's my niece. She vanished 10 years ago. My brother, he was unstable. He took her, disappeared. We thought they were dead. Jonathan's hands shook. Are you saying he abandoned her on purpose? Elise nodded. He was arrested recently. He confessed. Said she wouldn't stop crying. Ariel stepped into the room, hearing everything. You were in a picture, on a wall, she said. I remember. DNA confirmed the truth. Her mother had died shortly after she vanished. Elise had searched for years, but the trail went cold. I don't want to take her from you, she told Jonathan. You raised her, but I'd love to be part of her future. Jonathan turned to Ariel. It's your choice. Ariel nodded. You can come to my next concert. It was held in a grand hall. At 15, Ariel wore a white blouse and soft gray pants. Her fingers danced over the keys. Cameras flashed. The crowd held its breath. Her final piece was her own composition, Sidewalk to Sky. Applause, tears, reporters, musicians, strangers moved by a teenager whose music held every wound and every hope. Backstage, Elise hugged her. Your mother would be so proud. I hope she hears me, Ariel whispered. Months later, Ariel launched a nonprofit, Sidewalk Symphony, bringing music education to unhoused children. She played in shelters, schools, and juvenile centers. I don't remember much about the day I was left, she told one audience, but I remember the day I was seen, the day someone didn't walk past. Jonathan was always beside her. Not just her guardian, her father. One night after a concert, he whispered, Do you know what the miracle really was? Ariel tilted her head. My music? He smiled. No, you. Would you have stopped for her too? If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it. Let us know in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and never stop believing in second chances.